Bethany here, and welcome to my channel. Today we are actually doing something a little different. Part of Operation Organize, we are going to make labels for a lot of the drawers that we have because, well, you'll see why in a minute. My drawers desperately need labeling. I had a day not too long ago where I was looking for a specific product and I opened about 6 drawers before I found the actual drawer I was looking for, which is frustrating. So I've opened a new canvas on Design Space. I, on a note piece of paper, jotted down the labels I would want. And the hardest thing about labeling is that you have to commit to, well, this drawer is going to be this. But I have a way around it. I'm actually going to do temporary vinyl instead of permanent vinyl, just because I may change my mind as my collection of one item grows over another. But I've started a text and I'm going to put my first label right here. And then Command A selects everything. That is a shortcut, or Control A if you're on a PC. And I'm going to change the font. I'm going to change the font to Loving Kitten. It's a font that I downloaded from defont.com. I pre-measured my space. I don't want it to be any bigger than 18 inches, but I can have it a little taller. I can have it 1.5 inches tall, because I want to know that this is my glitter and foil HGB. So what you can do is you can actually duplicate the layer and then double click it, Command A or Control A to select all of it, and then just type in your next label. So I'm going to just make all these labels real quick. So now that I have all of my lettering typed out, I like how it looks. Because I'm not going to be fancy, I'm just going to cut it out in all the same color. If I want to change it later, I will. So go to Make It. And since the new update has happened, Cricut has gotten a little smarter. It's trying to maximize the most space out of the cuts. Now that I have my vinyl weeded, I am going to go ahead and cut down my giant roll of transfer tape. If I miscut, okay, that's fine, not a big deal. But you want to make sure that you cover the most of your vinyl. And I just go a little bit larger sometimes. Now, you're going to see that this one specifically is going to be a little too small. There's a way to do this. It's called a double cut of transfer tape. So I'm going to do another cut here. And then I'm just going to individually cut a second piece. Move that out of the way. So when you're adhering your vinyl to the transfer tape, I like to use the measurements of any straight line I can find, but no worries if you can't find one. And then there we go. Now to add a second sheet, I like to add the smaller one on top and try to line it up. No worries if you can't. All right, then to get the vinyl to transfer over, you just spray it down really well. And then peel the paper backing away from your transfer tape. And go slow, because sometimes something might lift. But this way, you're creating a crease that kind of forces it to stay to the transfer tape. And if you go slow enough, you'll see when stuff isn't lifting. So you can either use a weeding tool, like I'm going to use for this one. So this one just doesn't want to stay. There we go. And there you have it. Ta-da! So I'm going to start with the biggest drawer with the biggest label. And you can see that the parchment paper I've cut is actually, doesn't go edge to edge. I want a lot of the stickiness still on each side. And before I put the vinyl on the drawer, I'm going to use my nifty box of alcohol wipes from the Dollar Tree, not so dollar anymore, and I'm going to rub the plastic part where the vinyl will go to make sure that it adheres, because especially because it is removable vinyl and I want to make sure that it stays on long enough for me to actually see what's on the drawer. I'm going to reuse the same transfer tape as long as it stays tacky and I can still transfer it. If it starts losing the tackiness, then I'm just going to cut a new piece because I've got a lot of transfer tape. Thank you, bulk buy on Amazon. So before I continue, I made a boo-boo in my lettering. That is supposed to be paper, not taper. Whoops. So I'm going to show you really quickly how I fix my little boo-boo without doing too much. I cut out another P, a capital P, out of the vinyl, and this is what I'm going to do. So as you can see, I already put the word transfer down, but paper, I am going to do it like this. And instead of putting that T completely down, I'm going to then place that P right under where that T is, so it's semi-lined up. And if I have to adjust it, I'll adjust it. And then pull away. And it's a little too high. So what I'll do is then I will, since I didn't bray it down yet, I'm just going to manually line it up. And there we go. And it's like I never made a mistake at all. As you can see, I completely used up that piece of transfer tape to the maximum amount, going in the trash, and I'm going to keep labeling and organizing and hopefully be done this year. I don't know, who knows? We'll find out. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I hope to see you all very soon. Have a wonderful day. Hi everyone, Bethany here, and my daughter who's picking her nose.